But the hospital, we were trying to clarify the other, in front of the hospital, the distinction between commitment to the $80 million first phase versus the full, and we were hoping for a clearer statement on that.
The hospital will be built. How can it be clear?
It's built. I mean, it's
the upgrade.
full,
The upgrade will be built.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, you know, I think it's a reflection of the different approaches that I take to these issues, and the Premier takes. You know, I mean, I think a fair person would say that the failure to respond to sterilization problems at that hospital, the fact that they have the longest wait times in that hospital, surgery in any hospital in British Columbia, the fact that we're seeing dramatic increases in alternate level of care beds at that hospital, reflecting a lack of commitment to home care in the community and best practices in healthcare. And the fact that they make these announcements weeks before the election here in Kamloops and Penticton, you know, shows that this is all politics for them. Well, it isn't for me. I've been working on these issues for 7 years. People in this community know that. There's no uncertainty. There's no uncertainty. Our position is this, that we're going to proceed. And so there's no uncertainty. We've said that we're going to continue and fund this capital plan, and that includes Royal Inland Hospital.
Adrian, we should just remind you that the hospital back in the 90s had 410 beds. This hospital was screaming for more beds, but it was the Clark government that slashed more than 150 beds at that hospital. So, I mean, the party has to accept part of the blame, because the problem is there's not enough acute care hospitals, and we shut down 30% of the beds.
I think, as you know, and beds have continued to be shut all over BC
Yeah, but we need more now.
Since that time. So what the Liberals said is they inherited a certain level of beds, so they get an argument, and then they made it less. So I mean, the argument doesn't hold for them, right? It just doesn't hold for them.
Was that a bad decision, though?
Because what they've said is the level of hospital beds that they inherited, they reduced, right? So they clearly support any reduction in beds that happened before them, and they did more.
Was it